the Ring Fanatics Podcast, episode number 53. This is Nick, your host. With me is my co-host Joelle. Gina couldn't make it on today. She had stuff to handle, stuff to deal with, but she'll definitely be on coming back next week and future episodes going forward. As always, as I start each episode, make sure you go and follow us and subscribe to us on all platforms. We're on Instagram, we're on Twitter, we're on YouTube and Spotify. Just search up the Ring Fanatics and you will find us there. And just go follow us and go support. As always, the more we get, the more support we get, the better. So go ahead and keep following us on those platforms. I wanted to just, recap the WWE draft that happened a little bit. Then get into a topic as it is in the title of this episode. So, to top it off, what were your thoughts on the draft, Joel? What were your thoughts on it? Did you like it? Did you fuck with it?
Good,
not good?
Yeah, it was cool. It was cool. A lot of questionable moves.
Yeah.
And also my bad about like the lighting. That like half of it is dark. So we're recording late. I had to change it up. But it was good for what it was. There was a lot of questionable decisions.
Like what? Which ones?
Questionable? The most questionable was the new Olympic medalist that they signed.
That was a surprise to me too.
It's surprising. It's surprising. Yeah. I get it. He has a lot of buzz behind him. I still think he should have went to NXT.
100%.
I don't know the mindset behind it. I guess they're hoping that another Kurt Angle happens, that he just picks up on it quick. Also, maybe he is picking up on it quick. Maybe he has been working in the Performance Center. But I think they should have just sent him to NXT, get him some practice matches. Like, I get it. You've done practice matches in front of the people in the Performance Center, like the other people rising up, but that's different from performing in front of a live crowd at Raw.
Yeah. I guess I'm assuming he's used to that environment. He does wrestle in college, not WWE wrestling and professional wrestling, but he's still involved in somewhat of a crowd.
But I feel like it's still different. It's like a different type of crowd. Because
the college fans are different though. They're different kind of
but also like just in like amateur Olympic wrestling, whatever you want to call it. There's cheering and stuff, but it's not like the way that wrestling fans are, like pro wrestling fans. My bad. Is a different type of feel. Maybe he's good with crowds and good under pressure and stuff, but we'll see. We'll see. I think it was an early call there, though. That one, hit row.
That one hit you different? That one was
that one's questionable for me.
It was.
We talked about it last week. I'm still not sold on them.
Yeah.
And for you just to move them up, I don't know, man.
I thought Legado would have been the perfect one to call up. Legado de Fantasma would have been. I think I called it last week too. I think I did it last week. I think I wanted them to get called up.
They should have gotten called up instead of Hit Row.
Yeah.
Like, I get it, Hit Row, maybe they're moving like merch and stuff, and what I've seen online, people like them.
They're not bad. They have an interesting dynamic to them. Yeah. So it's like they can cut well promos. They can. I know people underestimate Top Dollar and the other guy, but like they're talented. They're talented in the ring. But
I think definitely.
So it's kind of like I agree. Like I think they did really need a lot more time to develop their characters more. I maybe call them up soon.
Yeah,
but I think it won't be a disappointment. I think they'll do just fine the way it is. I think it was a perfect timing too before they get too big. To be like, oh, we like them. They get called up, and then they're just screwed over a little bit.
Yeah,
at this point, they're it's questionable at that point.
I guess like the way that you're putting it, without like we've talked about in the past, getting our expectations high. Good call, because there hasn't been anything to, you know what I mean? Like there's no roof to put them at. Like there's no ceiling to put them at. They haven't. The only one that's done anything is really Swerve, and he's won the North American.
Yeah.
So there's not like a lot of like anticipation.
Yeah.
Or if I should say, like, I forgot the word I'm looking for, But like, yeah, looking like, oh, they did this on NXT. Why aren't they doing this on the main roster?
Yeah. So you
So
don't
it
know what to
gives them a
expect.
little bit of leeway to slow it down with them and grow them over time.
Yeah. I
That's
mean,
probably the best thing that they can do with them. I guess the same thing is with all the other guys that they haven't really done anything with, and women that they haven't really done anything with, and try to rebuild them again. Maybe
yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, it's. I think the people who they drafted, they called up at the perfect timing, to where it's like I said with Hit Row, it's like right before they hit their peak in NXT. To then, it's they haven't done much. I think I'm frozen. So everyone else that they called up, like Austin Theory, Aaliyah, and then I think the one was Xia Li, those three haven't really hit their peak in NXT. So they're in a
Yeah,
similar situation to where we don't know what to expect. They can do
I could
really
feel. Yeah,
good. They could, they have. We don't know what their ceiling is, like you said.
yeah,
So they can either do really really good or just stay the same where they're at right now.
yeah.
Which
Man,
is
we
not. I'm
can't.
not saying they did bad in NXT, which is like they don't.
No, but they're not heavy star power.
Yeah.
They're not heavy
So
star power. They're not like a champion coming to the main roster and then you put him in squash matches losing to Humberto.
yeah.
You know what I mean? It's so, which, wow, that would be crazy. I don't even know why I said that, but
Oh my
that
god.
would be insane. But that is true. It gives them a good amount of time to build people up and make you actually care about them.
Yeah. So that was I agree with you with the Olympic one. That
How
was
do
that
you
was a bit of a surprise to me. Even
how do you feel
even
about
what was it?
no,
What?
what were you gonna say? You got
No,
it.
even Rich Holland, that guy. It was right before him on to SmackDown. That was
Yes.
a good pick. That was a solid pickup. I was not expecting him either because it was like, oh, he's just heating up a little bit in NXT.
Yeah.
But again, like we've been saying, the perfect timing to where he hasn't really hit his peak yet. It seemed like he was about to,
Exactly.
but then they caught him
So
at the
that's
right time. It's
and
like,
that's probably the right time to start bringing people up when
yeah,
they're starting to get hot,
yeah,
because then again there's no ceiling for them, and also you could
can't say they buried.
bring that momentum to the main roster,
Yeah. So
and you
like,
can't you can't really mess them up like if they like the way that we bitch and complain about like all the NXT guys. I'm like,
yeah,
I could go on. I was gonna start naming like Tyler Breeze, like all those guys. We can't really say shit now because it's
yeah,
like, oh, they didn't really do much in NXT, so like we'll see what happens on the main roster.
yeah. We'll see once October 22nd comes around. Apparently, it doesn't affect till after Crown Jewel, which is
Yeah,
stupid. I mean, it's like now we get 3 weeks of fucking
so
whatever. I don't know.
so
Anybody, anywhere.
yeah, so now because now the women's titles are being
Which I want
defended
to talk.
at
Yeah,
Crown Jewel. That's what I was gonna ask you. How did you feel about the women's champions crisscrossing?
they're definitely doing something. They're not obviously they're not swapping titles, which is the better thing not to do. To swap titles.
Yeah.
My prediction, I think Sasha's winning at Crown Jewel because she's the only
Ooh.
one in the match on SmackDown.
Okay.
So that would take the belt off of Becky. That way she doesn't have to like swap with Charlotte.
Yeah.
And I have a feeling that either Becky or Bianca is getting a title match with Charlotte because she's apparently involved with this fatal forward triple threat feud, whatever. So I think either the Raw
Does Charlotte not have a match for Crown Jewel yet?
as of right now, not really. She not really, but not no. She
And
doesn't
she's
have
not
one.
really feuding with anybody.
She's
like,
in that feud. That's the thing. I feel like either the Raw
yeah, she's like
before,
kind of
she might get the championship match against Becky or Bianca. That way it stays on Raw. And then
it was weird that happened. I was like,
yeah, I was like, please don't swap belts. We cannot add.
that's why I was waiting to see. I was like, if this happens, if they swap belts,
and the New Day split up again. Come on,
again.
You know what I thought was gonna happen? You know what I thought
What?
was gonna happen? I thought that the Usos were gonna get drafted to Raw, and then Paul Heyman trade them for the New Day, so that way they go back to Raw.
That would have been dope. Yeah.
So then I thought that was gonna happen. I was like, oh, cool. The Usos are going to Raw. Then they get drafted to SmackDown. Okay, that's weird.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know what that's
I don't
about.
know. So I think eventually, whenever Big E loses the championship, he's gonna get traded somehow. I don't know. Or eventually, I hope that's not a storyline.
Because to be honest, I hate to say it, I hope it's not true. I feel like the way they're treating Big E so far is that he's gonna be a transitional champ.
For who though? Who do you think is gonna take it off him?
Who else to do with the big ass sword?
He's on SmackDown.
Oh yeah, I forgot he got drafted.
The
Thank
big
goodness.
ass
Yo,
sword.
can I just say the way
That sounded so wrong the way you said it. The big ass
yo,
sword.
I didn't even
was
think
like,
about it till you just
big.
said that. Yo, that the way that I forgot that he went to SmackDown. Oh, okay, so that works out then.
Yeah.
Okay, so Big E's chilling right now.
You calm now. You calm down now.
Chilling.
Now you're good.
Yeah,
You're good.
until my son Bobby comes back.
At least the Hurt Business is still a thing.
I thought they were gonna go to SmackDown. I
wanted them to go to SmackDown.
I thought that was the right choice.
Yeah.
I thought
the New Day would stay on Raw, and then Big E, Hurt Business go to SmackDown.
Hurt Business Bloodline. I still think that might happen at Survivor Series, but the only way for that to happen is Bobby winning the title, which
they did it last year.
I don't know, man.
But I don't know. Who knows?
Especially that Goldberg's in the middle of the title, like he's with the dude that just lost the title. Like I said last week, keep Goldberg as far away from Roman Reigns, but keep him as far away from the title picture as you can.
Yeah.
Like him fighting Bobby Lashley is too close for me. Because right now I feel like Bobby Lashley is the number one contender to Big E.
You may not know. It could be somebody else once.
No, that's what I'm saying. But right now, like the way I'm looking at it, Bobby Lashley is the number one contender. Tell me now.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I agree with that too. I would say so.
It makes sense that he's the number one contender. The last match they just had ended in
wasn't it the Roman Reigns match, the Triple Threat?
No, didn't they do the match that opened up Raw that Hurt Business came out and messed it up?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah. I completely forgot about that, yeah.
So they still have that storyline to finish.
Yeah.
So I think Bobby and Big E might go into the next year just feuding. Maybe until Rumble. You never know.
I don't think they should do that interim Survivor Series. Because if they're going to enter Survivor Series, they should do start right at the Crown Jewel. Like that's when they should do SmackDown versus Raw again.
Which I don't get because it's
like close to the draft. So it's like you just started and you come.
Like listen, that's like Becky coming right and invading SmackDown, and she's like, yeah, Raw, but she was just
on SmackDown.
On SmackDown 2 weeks ago, and their champion.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like it doesn't make sense. It never made sense to me. The only one that made sense was the NXT where they came in and they were like, "Yo, we're taking over." You know what I mean? That made sense. For some reason, they always do the draft, and the Survivor Series comes up like a month or two later. I think do the draft after Mania, because Mania is like where all the now. Not really, but WrestleMania is usually the place where all the storylines come to an end. Now we got WrestleMania Backlash, and they do a rematch in June at this pay-per-view and that pay-per-view.
Yeah.
But the end of the storyline is usually Mania. After Mania, that Raw and SmackDown should be the draft. Yeah. So by the time Survivor Series comes up in October, November, and you're repping your brand, you're really repping your brand.
Yeah. Unless they're switching it off, because it seems like they're doing just Big E and the New Day versus, the Bloodline still before the draft happened. So it may not be Raw.
Yeah, they should have saved that match. They should have saved that.
That may be part of the 5-on-5 team, New Day and 2 other people versus Bloodline and 2 other people.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe that's the main event, the big storyline.
Mysterio and Dominic.
Yeah.
Goodness.
But
let's see what they do. I think right now it was cool the way they drafted, but like the way the storylines are going, it's like we'll see what happens now. Yeah. Now that everybody's shifted, but everybody went with their storyline.
Yeah, literally everyone went with the storyline.
So we're not gonna just start new storylines. Everybody's just You basically
the
just
only
traded.
happy one
You basically traded storylines for your shows. Basically,
the only one that I what was I gonna say? The only one that I want that I was glad that ended through the draft was the Sheamus one with Priest. That one was getting annoying. I'm like, dude, give Priest a different opponent, man. Seen the same two matches week after week. Just give him a new opponent. I'm glad Sheamus left. Glad Hardy's on SmackDown. Perfect brand for him. Teased a new gimmick, a new ego. He said, could be Willow.
I hope that'd be dope. Somebody who wasn't drafted, but have vignettes playing for like the last month or so was Elias.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about too.
People and they just stopped playing his vignettes.
I know. Who knows?
Like it was going on. He was throwing the guitar into the fire.
Yeah.
And he was doing all this stuff, and then they just stopped showing them.
That's the thing. They probably did it on purpose so they can make us forget.
Yeah. Yeah. My bad.
Yeah. So they may have just stopped playing the vignettes so that way we could forget.
Yeah, but they I guess, but they didn't even draft him.
He made random. You don't know when he's gonna show up. He could show up on Raw, SmackDown.
But there's like a whole list of people they didn't draft. Like I looked up
it's the injury
free agents,
the injury people. Like they didn't draft Asuka, they didn't draft Bailey, they didn't draft who else?
Lacey,
she's pregnant, so she's out. So you don't know when she's coming out. That she's also injured. I think she.
Eva Marie.
I don't care. She can go to the NXT
Lucha House Party.
They had some. They. I hope
Slapjack. You didn't. Slapjack didn't get drafted.
My boy Slap. That should have been number one pick.
No, it should have been the number one pick. Slapjack and then Titus Worldwide.
Yeah, but he has.
But the one that I was questionable about was Elias because of the vignettes they were playing. It was like I feel like they had something going for him. I was like, as somebody who been watching Elias and I've been a fan of his.
Yeah,
I wanted to see what they were gonna do, and then nothing. They just stopped playing them, and now wasn't even drafted.
Yeah, really.
Which I don't even know what that even means. But and then the biggest free agent though is Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, he could show up in either brand. Who knows? That's the cool part about it.
Which I'm loving it. I love that he could just show up anywhere.
Yeah, he does whatever he wants, not what they tell him to do.
That dude is.
He can go to Raw.
I would let him run whatever he wants to do.
Yeah,
go do your thing, homie.
Yeah, it's like a kid in the playground. Do whatever you want. Go.
Just do whatever you want.
Yeah, do whatever you want. That's cool. That's a cool point. He can go to literally Raw, challenge Lashley, challenge Big E. Hopefully he doesn't win the championship, but who knows? Who knows? He can challenge anybody, any brand.
The best thing that happened this whole draft though was Bearcat. Bearcat stood on Raw.
Bearcat Keith Lee. Bearcat.
I
kind of. I hope they do something big with him. I mean, I really hope so. Mia Yim got drafted. Mia Yim.
Yes. Another one I was going to tell you that I was very excited about was Alpha Academy.
Yeah.
We haven't seen Alpha Academy do a lot lately. And now they're going to Raw. There's not a lot of tag teams on Raw.
Yeah. And the thing is, I hope they can get involved with the Olympic kid, Gable.
Oh, I could see that too. I could see that happening.
It makes sense.
I was going to say more for them to grab the titles on Raw. But that doesn't make sense too. Yeah,
because there's literally Olympic gold medal like Gable and Otis are doing.
I mean, it makes sense. They will wrestle. You know what I mean?
They're all the same person.
Amateur wrestlers, yeah.
So why not? Maybe that could be like a big faction.
Exactly. That would be dope.
Because that is the thing. Because his brothers also signed to NXT.
Cool.
The Olympic.
Game. Yes. Yeah.
So if he goes to NXT, does a little bit of thing there, goes to Raw. Then you have the Stevenson brothers, and then Alpha Academy.
True, yeah.
2 tag teams in one.
That would be dope. And then you put that on 2 different brands. That would be kind of lit.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
But then you also have that would be cool. Then you also have the Hurt Business in the tag division. Yes. You got the Dirty Dogs,
the Street Profits.
Street Profits.
And then,
of course, the Street Profits, who I thought they were gonna break up, but.
Yeah, you did.
It
She
is
did
what
do
it is.
that.
I
I
thought it was
actually
gonna
thought about it.
happen.
The more, yeah, me too. I wasn't a fan of it at first, but I was like, you know what?
It made
That might happen.
sense.
Yeah, it made
It
sense.
made sense for that to happen. It made sense for them to actually do that.
Yeah,
And then you also
it
got
was fun.
AJ and Omos still on
And they'll call up
still
more
on
tag
Raw.
teams. They'll call up more tag teams
Yeah,
eventually.
Kevin Owens now on Raw.
Yeah.
Shayna to SmackDown.
So I love that move, man. I love that move. Carrillo and Garza, big fan of them. I thought they were staying on Raw. But they're going to SmackDown even better. So
you know who was surprising to me? Is it Zia or Xia Li?
Xia Li. I had a feeling she was a part of the dark matches, so I kind of had a feeling that she was going to be a somewhat part of it. I didn't think she was going to get like that soon.
Let me just say, fire. That's my wife right there. When I saw she got drafted, I said, let's go.
I love her style. I love the strikers.
Oh, she's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once I saw her on NXT, I said,
yep.
She could be, yeah, you could, I could have saw her as a NXT Women's Champion.
Oh, hell yeah.
So going to May roster, I don't see any difference.
Yeah. A lot of new, the women's divisions. Oh my God, got better for both brands.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jesus. The SmackDown one's insane. And Carmella got off of SmackDown. I'm tight.
Yeah.
I thought they were going to keep her for another year. Shinsuke, I think, is the only one that has stayed on SmackDown from the start of his career.
Shinsuke has never been on Raw, which is insane to me.
Yeah. That should be a thing for him. Like, he's never been on Raw. His entire
never been on Raw. So when he actually goes to Raw, they make a big deal out of it.
Yeah.
They should.
They should. Yeah.
But as you can see, the way that they drafted people, Raw's trying to build up their ratings, man.
Yeah, they are. They are.
Raw's trying to build up their ratings. Hopefully it works for them.
Yeah.
I know right now they're in a tough spot as every fall and winter time comes with Monday Night Football. As I told you, I missed the cash in with Big E because the game was too close. The game was too close and I wasn't changing it.
Yeah.
And I was skeptical on, hey, tweeting out, hey, I'm cashing in tonight. I said, this is just for ratings. But it's all good. Happened.
Then the game started and it was like,
I was like,
not watch this now.
Exactly. Last week I went back and forth. You gotta try to go back and forth, but when the game got too good,
it was like Wednesday Night Wars all over again.
Yeah, yo. They always lose me during this time because of Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
And especially like it's Raw. Like
right, yeah. You can easily miss 1 week of Raw, doesn't?
Yeah. But I try not to, but
it's like it's not a big deal.
The games be good,
like Buddy Matthews said, just watch a 5-minute episode of
exactly.
YouTube.
That was crazy that he said that. When your own signed superstars
didn't even watch
the episodes, that should tell you something.
Yeah,
that should tell you something. Last couple of weeks it's been okay. It's been
not bad.
Another thing that happened in the draft that kind of like really shake things up. The women's tag division.
That's what I wanted to get to, and thank God you brought it up. But that got me so mad. Like I couldn't stop thinking about it all fucking week.
Like wow.
What are they doing? Do they have any idea what they're doing with that?
I think what happened was they all got into a room together and said, you know what? Let's corrupt the one championship. Like the last 2 years have been focused on fucking up the 24/7 belt. This year, let's focus on fucking up the women's tag division and the tag belts. You know what we should do? Break up every tag team we got.
Yeah.
Why? Why is that a thing?
I don't know what they're planning on doing. They literally have nobody there. What I'm hoping, the only hope I have left for this is to eventually have Ember Moon get called up to SmackDown and then reunite with Shotzi. I want that to happen because why don't you
Ember Moon?
Yeah.
Ember Moon.
That's the only hope I have with this tag team division.
That's the only hope everybody has with that tag division.
I know, because that's the only one that actually I enjoyed in NXT. Actually, besides what are their names? Casey and Kaden, them two alike.
Yeah.
But besides that, like Ember Moon and Shotzi were a great tag team. Like they had no reason for splitting them up in the first place, and I think it'd be cool if they just reunited on SmackDown, and then killed it on the tag team division. had a big feud with Rhea and Nikki, and then just do it from there.
Yeah, I feel you.
And then
there's people that are on the same brand that I could see like tagging together.
Like who?
You know what I mean? Like I could see a Dana Brooke and Liv Morgan. You know what I mean? Like I could see.
Yeah.
But again, it's got to be a made tag team, which I hate.
Yeah, but it has to happen at this point.
That's the only way. That's the only way they could do stuff.
You know who I thought would have been a great tag team? Aaliyah and Liv Morgan, because they are close friends in real life.
Yes, I thought that would have been dope.
That's always a great connection, and they got drafted to different brands, so I don't know.
Yeah,
that was a weird move too. I mean, I'm glad for Aaliyah, but like at least put them together.
Yeah, which I found weird because didn't Aaliyah get traded for a while back and we haven't seen her?
What do you mean traded for?
Wasn't she traded for Mandy Rose?
Did she ever make her main roster debut yet?
No, she never made the main roster debut, but she was traded for Mandy Rose.
Oh, I didn't know that was a trade.
Right?
Was it a trade? I thought she just got sent down. Oh.
No,
it was wasn't it for Karrion Kross or something? I don't know. It
was I'll tell you right now.
Who got called up recently?
It says Mandy Rose was July 15th. Mandy Rose was traded from Raw to NXT in exchange for a surprising superstar. That's what it says.
It might have been somebody.
But my thing was, I thought it was
Aaliyah.
I thought it was Aaliyah. I thought that's what I saw. Yeah, look, I don't know how true this is. This is the internet. This is cage side seats.
Okay.
Hold up. Damn. Hold up. It's loaded. My bad.
No worries. But yeah, I didn't know it was.
It was when she broke up with Robert Stone.
Oh, okay. Okay, that makes sense.
Because that's why.
Yeah, I remember that.
That's why she broke up with him.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I think the next week, that's why. Yeah, because I think when she beat him up backstage, they ran into Mandy.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
But yeah, here it says. But here it says that was the trade.
Okay. Yeah.
The trade the trade was for Aaliyah.
I think with NXT and the women's tag team divisions, it's like they kind of have a feeling on who to put together.
Yeah.
This man. Speaking of Mandy, like her new tag team can really.
I'm loving that gimmick. I'm loving that gimmick down there. I'm loving it.
Yeah,
it's dope.
I think it was too soon. Honestly, too soon for the championship thing. Too soon to go for it. But
I think
it's cool. I'm not saying I don't like the character, but I think it's taking it too fast. It's like, okay, just let it roll out a little bit longer, then go for the belts.
But also, you gotta remember, she got some juice behind her because she's coming from the main roster.
True, that is true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
you
gotta be like, yo, she's a main roster chick.
They are building somewhat of building a tag team. Indy Hartwell has a friend now who's teaming up with her.
Yes,
somebody's got to. I don't know who that is. Apparently, they're friends. I don't know if they're friends in real life, but apparently they're friends. And now,
they got to do something with her now that
Candice LeRae and
Candice is leaving.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe. I think so. That's what.
No, because isn't she pregnant?
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's gonna be leaving soon. So they gotta get somebody else on
the tag
screen. Yeah, they gotta get somebody else on screen with her.
Yeah. I think
she
works
said,
well with other people. Like she works well with other people for sure. So it's like I think it's cool she's in a tag team. They have them, Mandy's group, Casey and Kaden. They can do a whole bunch of things with them.
Oh yeah,
Vince is apparently keep watching now, so he should know what to expect and who to call up. At this point, there should be no surprises with like messing up people's contract. He knows who they are now.
Yeah, and the way that NXT 2.0 has been going, I'll be straight up. I haven't watched every episode.
Yeah.
But I watch highlights of most and catch always the main event. That's one thing I always catch. It's looking good. Yeah. Last night I saw the whole episode. Looking good so far. Still not the
I'm not
black and gold brand I'm used to. But for right now,
you got to get used to this format.
It's okay. Yeah. It's good for what it is. I still think they should have got rid of the NXT name.
Yeah.
Because I think that's what's messing it up for me.
Yeah.
Because I'm still looking at it as what NXT was before.
But like I said last week or at some point, what we're seeing now was NXT before what we know as NXT.
Yeah.
So it's not like they're completely changing it. It's just going back to what it was.
But it's another thing. But also, again, they got so big.
Yeah.
That it's like a WWE now saying, yo, scratch everything, scratch all the storylines.
Yeah, I agree.
This Monday on Monday Night Raw 3.0 was starting from scratch. You know what I mean? It's Raw like, whoa. Yeah, like if you called it something, like if you said, all right, not Raw, but we're going to do another show and Tuesday nights. Yeah, Tuesday nights called something else. We're going to try something out from scratch. And it's like, okay.
Yeah.
Because if you would have just wiped out NXT and say, yo, this is, I don't even know, give it a name. Give it another name, and they're like, cool.
The 2.0 is kind of changing it too. It's like, well, 2.0, like,
is it really? And then it's like, and then what it is when people start watching it for the first time, what makes it 2.0?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the first question.
Yeah.
Why is it called 2.0?
Yeah, and that's what I was
saying. You should have been there for 1.0. You should have been there for 1.0. But as I was watching it yesterday, I thought the same thing you're thinking with Mandy with the title. It's too quick.
Yeah.
That
like even when
it's gonna be defended at
it seems it's gonna be a Halloween Havoc. It seems like it's going that direction. I'm glad their tag team part, their two other people didn't win their tag belts. Like I feel like they're rushing everything with it too. And it's like the only one thing I'm glad they're not rushing. They didn't rush it. It was kind of like, even though it's been a few weeks, is the Steiner kid. Seems like he's doing well over there.
That's what I'm talking about. I feel like that's being rushed. The title picture.
I think that
with him getting into a title with Breaker getting
I don't think he's winning it. He's obviously not going to win it, but like it's still like, it's
for him to be in the picture.
Yeah,
for him to be in the picture, I think because I don't know. Is this going to be a takeover or is it going to be like a regular show?
I think it's a regular show. I think it's on a Wednesday, Tuesday. So.
I think this should be, Tuesdays. I think this should be their new takeover. I think the big name should be of Saturday Night Halloween Havoc. NXT 2.0 presents Halloween Havoc.
That's the thing.
Like we talked about when NXT was going to change that. I said, take away the takeovers, have this be their takeovers. Don't have it called takeover, but have it called
NXT, whatever.
Yeah. NXT cool. Halloween Havoc, how they did the Great American Bash, stuff like that.
I think Halloween's on a Sunday. It makes perfect sense to do it on a
if you do it that Saturday night.
Perfect sense.
Exactly. Or even Sunday if you want to do it that way.
Yeah.
I think that would be cool. But yeah, that was the one that was like, this might be a little too quick for my liking.
But I like the.
I understand.
Like
yeah.
I do like it. It was an odd pairing. I'm like, okay, where's this going? Because this has been going on since before this whole revamp thing. This has been going on with Mandy and these two. It's to July, right?
So that's why I'm like, she got some juice behind her. Yeah. I could see her going for the title. It makes sense. You know what I mean? But
it's different.
Breaker. I get it, but also it makes me scared that he might win it because they're like,
I think it's too quick.
We're trying to get everybody that's over 40 out. And if you're above 30, what was it, 35?
30, yeah, I think it's
like 30.
30 something.
You're out of here.
6 foot or smaller, I don't know.
So, Ciampa, I feel, won the title so that
it can be a transition.
Transition, like help the next guy become a name because if Breaker beats him, he beat Ciampa. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cool, but is it too quick?
I think that's because
I think Breaker's gonna win.
I don't think so. I hope I'm no offense to the kid. I like the kid. He's older than me, but he's good. But it's too quick. I don't think it's ready. Not ready, but it's too soon.
Well, guess what? They announced 2.0 and did it 2 weeks later.
That is true.
They're trying to get this Ciampa out of NXT and maybe put him in a main roster spot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who knows? True. So I could not saying that I want it to happen because I think you got to build the kid up more.
Yeah.
But I could see him winning it.
I mean, he has potential too. I mean,
he's dope. He's dope. Again, leave the mic away from him for a little bit. But
No,
Other than
there's
that,
some moments he has a great promo.
yeah, like last night. Last night wasn't too bad.
Yeah,
last night was kind of good, but again, sometimes
leave it
just
away.
let him chill. Yeah, sometimes
Yeah.
just let him chill. Let him just or do a backstage promo where you can actually like help them out, like when they're just chilling by themselves and they're one-on-one with the camera. Do that with him, or do the backstage interview with him that someone else is there. You know what I mean? That and it's pre-recorded that you can actually like give tips and stuff to the guy.
Yeah.
It's tough going out there in front of people. I've never done it in front of a huge amount of people. I've done it just like in college when I would like MC events, and even then I was like,
you gotta go out and just say whatever.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I hated it. So to do that, I give it to them, but let them work on it a little bit. I think, but also that's why I feel NXT is gonna be for now. Put them out there. Let's see how they do.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of people have been like that so far, and some of it worked. I mean, a lot of these people are just surprisingly good to me. And I'm like, wow, because the first week was like they're throwing a lot of people throwing
yeah.
And it's like, okay, what's going on? But then there's some people they're actually focusing on and be like, okay, that's cool. But it's still too soon to even continue with that momentum. Like, oh, I like this person. Do I continue on liking this person, or are they gonna like 1 week just go downhill?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Another guy like Von Wagner.
He's cool. He was cool.
I think he's dope.
Yeah.
I thought
dope. He would have had a deeper voice, but he had like a little bit of a high pitch. But I'm like, okay, something off with that voice that I kind of expected to have.
He is someone
who could go far. I could
see him as champion. I thought he was gonna be quicker than Breaker.
Oh, you thought he was gonna win that Fatal 4-Way?
Yeah. Well, I didn't think he was gonna win the Fatal 4-Way,
but I think first.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna be the one in the title picture first.
Okay.
But I get it. Breaker.
I think he might. I think
big muscle guy that could wrestle. You know what I mean?
He was good.
So that's Vince's brainchild right there.
Yeah.
A big guy who could actually wrestle. Right there, boom.
Yeah.
Push him. That's it. Push him. But nothing against Breaker, but I thought Von Wagner would have been the first guy.
Yeah.
Actually, the Fatal 4-Way impressed the hell out of me.
Me too. I'm like, I thought it was a bad idea, but then I was like, okay, he's not a bad wrestler.
Yeah, I was iffy on it. I was like, oh man. Yeah. And then when I saw it, I was like, this ain't bad. But yeah, NXT 2.0 so far, I'll give it to you. Yeah. But again, it's been what, a month?
Yeah, about a month.
A month and some change. Yeah, it's been like a month and some change. So far,
you said by November you'll give it some time.
So far, so good. Yeah, by November we'll know for sure if this was a bust or not.
Yeah,
like you know how like in football when you see a quarterback, you're like, oh, drafted week 1. It's just week 1, week 2. It was a bad team. It was a hard team to beat. By week 6, week 7, you're gonna be like, okay.
I'll give it by Halloween Havoc. I want to see how Halloween Havoc is. If Halloween Havoc is still get the same feel, the same feel.
Yeah, we'll see how Halloween Havoc goes.
Yeah,
especially now that that's the title match.
Yeah,
we'll see what happens.
The question is now do they keep that same momentum with the women's tag teams? That's the big question that I have entering this, because they, like when I say help, they need help, but they don't know what the fuck to do. They literally is like, oh, just put up the tag teams. Okay, you're by yourselves. Like,
I say just move the women's tag belts to NXT.
To unify them or something.
Yeah, unify them. Keep them up there. Keep them in NXT. Don't.
I'd probably have a storyline. Maybe that's part of not NXT. Sorry, the Survivor Series. Maybe they have a match, like title for title. You know, like.
Yeah.
Now, I wouldn't say unify it. Just have both of them, so that way they're on all 3 brands. You know what I mean?
That is true. Yeah.
So that way they compete on NXT. They go against a rematch with them. Then they say, who 2 superstars from Raw and challenge for titles, and then just do it from there.
Because right now, who's the champion? Shirai, right?
Shirai, yeah, and
Starks.
And Starks, yeah, Starks. I feel they should drop it, man. Like also 2 people
and they're really not a real team.
Yeah,
I'm
surprised it lasted this long. I was
like,
at one point
I think they won it at the Bash, American Bash.
So, over the summer.
That's deep. That's deep. That's a couple. That's a lot of shows as them as champion.
Yeah, I think because what they're doing now with the storylines is they're still feuding with Mandy's group and then Indy Hartwell and her partner. So I'm thinking it's gonna be like a triple threat tag match.
Which would be dope. I'm
Yeah,
down
I
with
wouldn't
that.
mind that. And then eventually, this I think they'll lose it, and then at some point, like I said, whoever wins it goes to feud with Rhea Ripley and Nikki Cross,
I think that would be dope.
get them
Yeah.
up, then have them in the titles, like I said, and have them go all three brands, establish more tag teams a little bit longer in NXT, maybe call up Kaden and Casey, and then have them go to SmackDown or Raw, and then have them compete there.
Yeah, they gotta get some tag teams up.
They were a team that I thought was gonna get drafted from NXT. I thought they were gonna get Casey and Kaden.
Yeah,
nothing happened. I honestly thought they were gonna get drafted for real. Like I thought they were, but then I got missed opportunity, I guess. I hope they don't split them. That's the team that
because again, like there's so many people that they could bring up, but then it's like you have a lot of people on your main roster, but again, then you keep breaking people up, and it's like, what's the point of that? If you bring like, especially when you build momentum with them, Natalya and Tamina.
Oh, what I thought was gonna happen.
You built them up so good. Yeah. They did a good job with them. Yeah. Did a good job with them, and what happened?
Eventually, I thought that Tamina and Naomi were gonna team up again.
Yeah, I was join the
bloodline.
Too.
I was like, that has to happen at some point. And I'm surprised she went to Raw. I thought it was gonna be the other way around if that happened to split up.
That's what I'm saying. There's so many calls that were like, that was questionable.
Yeah, I'm like, why didn't? And one of the I don't want to go off topic, but one of the Jinder Mahal guys is on Raw, and the other two on SmackDown. That was weird. What I'm assuming on that was the other guy from the original tag team in NXT is gonna come back. I think from their tag team that they had. I forgot what they're called with Malcolm Bivens. I thought he was gonna come back to Raw. Maybe they're reuniting again. I think that's the plan.
It's just
I don't know.
It was weird.
Yeah, it was weird. It was weird. But yeah, it's like it's they can do a lot. I've said this about NXT. Like they have so many people signed to where they can literally make an NXT 3.0 with completely different people.
Yeah, exactly.
Literally make a whole new roster. Literally take two random people, put them together, throw them out. This is the perfect time to do so too. Take two people, throw them out there, see how they do, and then boom.
You can especially now that NXT is so like the practice place, I guess.
Yeah.
Like experimental. You can even try them out there and see like what's the feedback.
Exactly. Because one of the Diamond Mine has a girl now. I think it's cool if they had somebody else and then join her. Who else is on NXT?
I like that the groups are getting women now.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. So it's cool. So it's like it was like I'm so tight they didn't have Marina Shafir on there. She would have fit so well as a tag team partner. Them two would have been amazing.
Yep. She's not doing the indies, baby. Yeah. I think she's doing that GCW show that's coming up. The Josh Barnett show.
Oh, let me check that out. I did not know that.
Yeah, Josh Barnett's doing I think it's under GCW, right? That he does like I forgot what it's called, Fight Club or whatever.
Let me check. What's the
Bloodsport? That's the name of it.
Bloodsport.
Josh Barnett's Bloodsport, I believe it's called. Yeah, or GCW Bloodsport.
Let me check that out. GCW Bloodsport. I didn't know she was still wrestling. I thought she just stopped a little bit.
Yeah, well, that's more like of MMA and wrestling background. But I feel like that was the show I saw her announced for. I don't know when it is, but I feel like I saw a graphic with her.
It says October 22nd.
Did you see the picture with her on it, or?
No, I haven't seen it yet. I'm still looking through it because it's not giving me. It was originally Matt Riddle's. Did you know that?
Yes. I watched the original one. Yeah. GCW always been dope, man. Game changer. Game Changer's been around for a while.
I did not know that.
Yeah, Bloodsport, Friday, October 22nd. But yeah, I'll find it for you.
Yeah, I'll find it later.
I'm sure I saw the graphic of it, but yeah, she's doing that.
Yeah.
But yeah, off topic, that's an indie company that fucking took over.
Yeah, I know. I've
seen GCW. because the go-to place for like deathmatch wrestling was always CZW, and GCW said, "Yo, get out the fucking way. We're here." Basically,
Yeah.
like even the card they have this weekend, it's fucking insane. That they have they got the Moxley and Nick Gage happening.
Yeah.
They got Moxley and Gage. They got Leo Rush coming back. Effie and Cardona. That Effie is now the internet champion.
Yeah.
Which is why, but dope as hell. And then I think they just announced, who was it? Janela and Marco Stunt versus Dickinson. I can't remember the person right now.
Is it?
I'm looking through their Twitter. Oh, Starboy.
Starboy. Yeah, Starboy.
They got a good,
decent card. Not bad.
Got a decent card. They're building up their guys. We gotta do a whole episode of that, like top indie guys right now, like top 5, because right now is like I feel like there was a time, I want to say like 2014, 2015, that the indies was just like on fire. It was just like, but then there was also like the West Coast guys and the East Coast guys. And now all these companies are just traveling everywhere. Then now I wouldn't even consider them East Coast guys or West Coast guys.
They're just everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah. Like companies are just like, that's what's crazy. Companies are just getting up and just we're going to this town. I was like, that's fucking ridiculous.
Before we know it, they'll be international. That should be crazy.
That'd be sick. I think GCW has done Japanese shows, if I'm not mistaken.
Really?
Like in Japan.
I didn't know that.
I want to say it's GCW that has done it. I'm gonna look it up real quick before. Yes, GCW in Japan. This was a thing. Yeah, Live Fast, Die Hard. It was right before the pandemic.
Okay.
And they had like a lot of.
So they got just in time.
Yeah, right on time, and it was just like that. GCW guys versus
Japanese guys.
Japanese guys.
That's crazy. Wow.
Like of course, Takeda. Forgot how you say it. I'm not even gonna say the names right now because I'm the worst.
Yeah, I can never
at
say
pronouncing.
them right. I can never say them right, Brandon.
You know who? I know who I'm talking about.
I gotta show you a picture like this guy right here. This guy. Right
this guy.
Yeah.
The man right here. Yo, I can tell you how it's spelled. Don't ask me how it's pronounced. I could not tell you.
I guess I could make a whole episode. Pronounce this guy's name. Like, oh god.
That's why I have so much respect. Like, this is, I know we're off topic, but I have so much respect for guys like Joe Rogan who just go into UFC, and the UFC, it's not like wrestling. At least in wrestling, like, you see the guys every week and you get to learn their names. All right, cool. UFC,
MMA, it's like
MMA. Every show is a different card, and my man be hitting the names like nothing. And even on his podcast, he'll just say the names like nothing. It could be like the way he says Khabib's last name. Good for him, because I couldn't even tell you. I just say Khabib.
Yeah, I don't know his first name. I don't know his first name.
Khabib.
That
is his first name. I think Khabib is his first name.
See, I didn't know. I didn't know. That's the thing. I didn't know his name.
I usually will say,
I thought Khabib was his last name.
Like usually, that's why you think people usually say, McGregor, Jones, Tyson. Khabib is his first name. His last name. Ready for this?
Spell it.
Nurmagomedov.
Got me lost after the middle of it. Got me lost.
I was lost after the end.
The guy that appeared on AEW Rampage that one time that I didn't know who it was. You told me his name, like the one that had the braids, orange suit.
Masvidal. Yeah, once
you told me his name, I'm like, I don't know how to say it, but
for a while, unless you watch MMA, Masvidal is a weird name.
Yeah.
But yeah. That's why I give so much respect to guys like that, because I'd be looking at Japanese names. I'll be like, yo,
it's like
I'll be saying it to myself. I'm like, is that how you say it? And then like, you don't learn nothing when you're watching Japanese wrestling, because I just watch in Japanese. Ain't nobody got. I'll be straight up. I don't got the VPN that changes the New Japan World website to English. I got an old ass MacBook. That shit stays Japanese. So I got a stream shit, and they only got the Japanese streams.
I only watch the New Japan Strong because they actually say things in English, and I can understand that.
And, and most of the guys are American.
Yeah.
So what are you learning, Nick? Nothing.
They have some Japanese guys.
Nah, yeah, they do.
They do. So it's like it makes sense. So
yeah. But yeah, time out. Since we were recording this Wednesday night, did you watch Dynamite?
I did watch Dynamite. And I was going to mention that there is a new women's championship, the TBS championship, and not the freaking tag team championships that I thought was going to happen, which I'm tight about because that makes sense right now.
You don't like the tag? You wanted the tag belts?
I wanted it. I prefer the tag belts. I'm not saying I don't want the TBS. I think it's cool design.
But I
prefer tag belts because that's what's heating up right now for them.
Yeah, but I do like that they have a secondary women's belt.
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of companies. I'm trying to think of like a company that had it or has it. At the moment, off the top of my head, I can't think of it.
No, I mean,
so it's kind of dope that they're doing this.
Every company has a world and a tag team. They don't have a two champions.
Now a lot of companies are getting the women's tag.
Yeah. Eventually, I feel like they'll have their tag team belt.
My thought when I saw Tony Khan is announcing something, the first thought in my head was 3-man championship.
Me too.
Because that has been heating up a lot lately.
Yeah.
Been seeing the trios a lot.
Yeah.
Every week there's a trios match or a 4-on-4 match.
Yeah.
And the one that we actually saw live, once I saw that happen, I saw the reaction. I said, this is gonna happen. They're gonna get the trios champion. Like it has to happen. And it was just on fire. The crowd was going crazy.
Yeah.
Look at the guys that have been on the 3-on-3 matches. And then like the elite, you could do the Freebird rule where you could put Kenny in the Bucks, Cole in the Bucks, Kenny and the Good Brother. You know what I mean? Like you could it could be the elite's belt. You know what I mean? And then do the same thing for other groups that have more than 30 people.
Dark Order can do something with that.
Exactly. And then they do the same thing, the Freebird rule, where they just so I thought that was gonna happen, but I do like the women's secondary belt. How did you feel about the ladder match?
Well, but before we get into the ladder match, I want to say last thing about the women's belt is like one, the belt looks super nice.
Super
nice. It's kind of find it odd that it's better looking than the actual women's championship. Kind of.
You don't like the women's belt?
It's no, man. I think the real belt should have looked exactly what the TBS one looks like.
Yeah, I get you.
That big and that clean looking.
I think
it doesn't look clean, but it's like looks small.
No, I think that was like the old school vibe that like a lot of the old school wrestling champions, like the women's championships, were smaller. So I think that's where they got the inspiration from.
Yeah, but the one
because even if you look at the NWA women's belt too, it's also that design.
Yeah, but the one thing I hope is that I hope they don't treat the TBS one more better than the women's one, because I know Tony Khan has said that TNT is not considered a mid-card championship. It isn't. I'm not saying it is. But yeah, I guess you could say
that's what the secondary belt is for. It's for mid-card guys to get their push.
Yeah.
Up. It's not like you lose that belt and then move down.
Yeah,
you get that belt and you either move up or you stay in the title picture for a little bit until they figure out what's happening.
It's I just hope they don't treat the TBS one more important than the women's one, because I feel like that's gonna have a lot of eyes on that one, and that one's gonna be the bigger one. I hope it doesn't, because it's the AEW Women's World Championship, not the women's. But
I think that's why they gave it the TBS belt. I think that's why the other one is the TNT title. Like I think we won't see.
Because it makes sense. Because I think I said once before, like TNT isn't just. I don't think you consider that just as the channel name, because another word for Dynamite is TNT.
TNT.
So you can still have it on both shows. As compared to the TBS, it's only on TBS. Like, do you want to put the TBS belt on?
I say the TNT belt stays on TNT. Okay. Stays on Rampage. Yeah, the champion could show up on Dynamite and fight.
Yeah,
but you can't defend your belt on TBS if you're the TNT champion, and vice versa with the TBS champion.
That is true.
You could show up and fight, but you can't defend. You can move storylines
Yeah.
along, but you can't defend the belt there.
Yeah.
It would make no sense. So I think that's why they had it like that, so that now the women's title could be defended on both shows, and the heavyweight champion could be defended on both shows, but the other two cannot. So I kind of like that mindset of it. But I don't know. I like that the women's got a secondary belt because there's a lot of women in the division that could do a lot. You know what I mean? Like, there's to be honest, a lot of the women have storylines outside of the title, which I love.
Yeah, because I was gonna say
whether it's 1-on-1 or 2-on-2, yeah.
Dark and Dark Elevation have some storylines that I kind of got into, even though I wouldn't expect it. That's why I was hoping for a tag team belt, so that way they can eventually use Dark as a platform to build up tag teams.
Yeah,
there.
I also think that's how they're gonna make you watch Dark and Elevation even more.
I hope so.
Because I think once they jump to TBS and the belt will only be on TNT and only on TBS, they'll both be on YouTube.
Yeah.
And I think some days you might find on a Rampage, TNT belt on the line this Tuesday.
I hope so.
You know what I mean? Live on YouTube. And I think that's how they'll get more people to watch this show.
I think
that would actually be dope as hell.
Yeah.
Because I watch it, like I told you, I watch it here in the Elevation and Dark.
Yeah.
But to make me go really like must see, make it interesting. You know what I mean? Not every week.
Yeah.
And if you do every week, that's OD. That'd be crazy.
Yes.
If Sammy's just like, open challenge every week, Tuesday at 7. What's up?
Yeah, we're not gonna know who changed belts. I mean,
Exactly.
That's the thing. Yeah, I mean,
unless you watch it, you know what I mean. And I don't know if they will do on Tuesdays because NXT and the conflict, whatever. Yeah. But because then they'll be like, oh, they're trying to compete with them. But whatever. It's a YouTube show. You know what I mean?
Show. Like, really. If you're having competition with the YouTube show, come on.
But like the wrestling has been so good that I watch Elevation Dark. I've been, I think, for the last 2 weeks, I've watched, not live, but I've watched it like fully, the shows.
Yeah.
But
I watched it match in there.
But I think to make people watch it live, I think you gotta make it more interesting.
Yeah,
I think they might be able to do that now that this is all happening. Like,
because now it's cool that they brought this championship in, because it's like it brings more to each division. Now you have, if they do bring more champions, like the trios belts or the women's tag teams, that'll be cool. But then there's got to be a point where it's like, okay, that's it. That's the belts. Because they also had the FTW World Championship, and it's like, how many championships do we need to see? It's just AEW. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They have a lot of talent, yes, but like the FTW one, I think that one has to go. And then
I love the FTW.
I mean, it's cool, but it's like,
but it's not. Really I don't look at it as a real champion. Yeah. I don't look at it as a real championship. I feel like it's just like how they're gonna fight on Rampage for it. I think it's just is like a trophy. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, it's not. They don't consider it an AEW belt. It's just the FTW belt.
Yeah.
It might switch hands. It might have the same holder for 2 or 3 years.
Hopefully.
But that person might lose matches here and there.
Random off topic, but Bobby Fish has signed with AEW.
Oh,
cool.
I knew that once his music hit, and I said, "Whoa, did they buy the rights to this song for him?" And then there you go. That was actually dope as hell too. That he showed up. I think that was.
It was cool how they randomly did that, because after last week's episode, when Sammy won it, he tweeted it and immediately put it on air. Like, hey, I'm challenging Bobby Fish, and now it happened.
Yeah,
it all happened. It's like,
and it was dope. I didn't see it today because I didn't watch Roads on Top, because
it's happening.
We came to record this.
Yeah.
But when it happens, like they said after the ladder match, they were like, at the first commercial break, we're gonna be interviewing Adam Page, who just won the ladder match.
Doing that.
I was like, that's dope. That makes people stick around.
Yeah.
Unless they're recording a podcast, but it makes people stick around and actually watch the show. I watched the Roads on Top last week.
I saw it, man. It was good.
Good ass show.
It was good.
Good show. My dad saw me watching it. He was like, "Oh, is he trying to do the Miz this thing right now?" I said, "Yo, to be honest, yeah." He saw it worked, and Cody's trying it. But yeah, right now, it's fun to be a wrestling fan.
Yeah, really.
Not so much when you watch Raw, but other than that,
yeah.
Raw though.
Besides Raw, besides Raw.
Since the NFL has kicked off, I'll give them this. They have been putting on good shows.
Yeah.
Let me take that back. They have been putting on decent shows.
It's
putting on decent shows.
It's just the only thing, like I said before, the only thing fucking me up is the women's tag team.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that's like, why are they not doing anything with this?
Yeah.
Like, what are your thoughts on them, by the way, Ripley and Nikki?
I don't
care less. You don't care less.
I'm like, they're one of those tag teams that was just like, cool. Finally, it's off Nia and Shayna. Because now I was like, Shayna could go and do her own thing.
Yeah,
this is awesome. But I didn't think about the fact that they are now champions.
Yeah, that kind of hit me
now.
Different
what are you gonna do? Yeah, like they're two.
I don't know.
They're another one.
They don't
just
go
together.
It's like
which makes sense because they're two opposites. Whatever. It was like the same thing with Alexa and Nikki when Nikki was doing the whole Nikki Cross thing.
What would make you care?
It would have made sense.
What would make you care about these titles?
If Nikki wasn't Nikki Ash.
Yeah, that's what I was.
If it was Nikki Cross crazy with crazy ass Rhea Ripley, which they're just crazy as she's a crazy ass beast, and Nikki as crazy just as she's a crazy ass person, they would have mixed well together. Would have made more sense.
That's what I'm thinking.
And it would have got me more interested.
That's what I'm thinking. It might happen. Like, what if
over time it happens?
Yeah, she's like,
I'm hoping
Rhea Ripley kind of considered not to be the superhero, just be crazy. I want to be Nikki Cross, the one that we all remember from NXT. Yeah, that's what I hope that happens. Because that would be cool. That would be cool.
I think so too.
But
yeah, they gotta build that up.
Halloween's coming too, so that would probably be a great Halloween thing. They're both.
Yeah.
That's if there's a holiday to describe them too, it'd be Halloween. That's They're dark characters. They're scary when they're crazy, and it's perfect. Like even though there's nothing happening on Halloween, but like it's so cool.
Hopefully Halloween Havoc, but
hopefully who knows? Yeah.
So yeah, Raw's been okay. NXT 2.0 is doing their thing.
Yeah.
AEW's been doing their thing. Friday Night SmackDown right now have been doing good.
Yeah.
Now with the draft, we'll see because they took a lot of the heavy hitters.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. MLW doing their thing. Did you see my son Tajiri won the belt, which is crazy to say in 2021.
Yeah, really.
Impact is still Impact. The rumors going around might change that in a couple months if it's true. What I think Impact's problem is, let's talk about real quick. I think they just need to get fans back. Once they get fans back, they have the 3 rows of fans, but that's not they give no reaction.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Like even when they're when they're chanting stuff, it's like it feels like they're far away. It's like you could put me in there by myself with a mic, and I'll give you a better reaction the whole show than they're giving you the last 5 weeks. Like, God, come on.
Yeah, like I would be going crazy. You're at a wrestling show. Show some enthusiasm.
Yeah,
I think that's what's messing them up because I was watching it. I was like, who was having a match? It was Morrissey. What? My son Kaz XL versus Eddie Edwards. It was not a bad match, but watching it was like
I forgot there's a crowd there. It's like it
was like it was like it felt like off. Yeah, but then I watched it again, without like commentary. I watched it on mute, just talking to my brother, just us having a conversation as we were watching it. So much of a better match. And I feel like having an empty crowd is like when they were having it was dreadful. But I feel like even with the fans that they have, I don't know who the fuck they're selling tickets to. But wow, do a better job.
Those people there,
exactly.
Yeah,
like let them start traveling. And they go in front of different crowds. I think that's when you'll start getting the energy on Impact. Also, they do like a couple shows in one taping, so it's probably the same fans. So like for everybody cutting a promo, they're cutting like maybe 2 or 3 promos in front of the same people.
Yeah. And it's all
by the
like,
third time you see the person, you're like, it's Eddie Edwards.
Yeah,
dope. Cool. Like you're not like, yeah. So like I think once they start traveling again, and if this happens, like with the rumor of Rotunda, and this happens,
yeah,
it might be a game changer. But then also it's a game changer for everyone because they got ties with AEW. AEW got ties with so many companies, and Impact is getting in on it with having ties with New Japan.
All these places, man.
And I thought Bobby Fish was signed with MLW, but I guess he just made an appearance.
Yeah.
But that's dope that that's happening. It's just dope to be a wrestling fan right now.
It is.
I do have one more complaint about tonight. The ladder match, Adam Page, didn't he lose a match that he couldn't go for the title as long as Kenny was champion?
Yeah.
So
no, does he he couldn't get a title shot
as long as Kenny was champion. Kenny's still champion.
So. But then I guess
does he have to wait? Is it like a Money in the Bank type situation? I think
so. I guess they're playing. I guess they're playing it off as like now he won this whatever they're calling it. I guess now he can go for it again. Like they broke that rule.
It makes no sense.
I know.
If that happens, I'm trying to make it positive. I'm be like, listen, AEW, I've been rooting y'all on, but if you do this, that's stupid. Because once I saw him come out, I was like, lit, dope. Cool. I forgot he's been out, and then I was like, it's cool because it gets him back into the swing of things. And then they had him win, and I said, whoa, wait a minute.
Yeah, I forgot about that match, but I don't know if it was if he loses he can't go for it. I think it was just if he wins he gets a shot. I think that's what it was. I don't think if he lost, I don't.
That was the same explanation my brother gave.
No.
But the way I remember it was, I thought it was, if you and the Dark Order lose, you can't go for my title, and they don't get a tag opportunity.
No, I think it's the other way around. You can't. I think it's if he wins, he gets a shot. But if he loses, something happens.
I thought if it was lose, you can't. Okay, maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe it makes sense. I gotta look back. Maybe the storyline makes sense then, because I saw it. I said this makes no sense. I said unless they're gonna do a Money in the Bank situation and have him just return and say, "Yo, I'm the number one contender," after the next pay-per-view. You know what I mean? Then it makes sense, because then if Kenny loses at the next pay-per-view, it makes sense. But then also it gives away that Kenny might lose the belt. So you don't want to go that way. I don't know. That's why I was thinking of when I saw him win it. I was like, let's see where they go with this.
Yeah.
Because then again, maybe because my brother said the same thing you said. So I was like, maybe I heard shit wrong. Maybe I'm the only one that thinks this, and it's not. It's just me, man.
Yeah. So I guess we gotta wrap it up there.
Yeah, that was just my last complaint. I just needed to get that out.
Get off your chest, man.
Yeah, I just needed to know. I wanted to know if you knew for sure, because I asked my brother. I said, because I looked at him. I said, "You positive?" He said, "I don't know." I said, "Then why are you saying anything? Why even open your mouth, man?" He was like, "But I think so."
I think so. Yeah. Yeah. But I guess we can wrap it up there.
Yeah, man.
Thank you all for tuning in to the Ring Fanatics Podcast. Go subscribe to all of our platforms, and including to buy our merch. Link in the description of YouTube channel. Gina will be back next week for an episode next week. This has been episode 53 of the Ring Fanatics Podcast. Nick, Joel, and we'll see you guys next time.
Catch ya.